Hello and welcome to Nana's Crafty Home. My name is Tanya. Today's tutorial is going to show you how to crochet the Diamond Waffle Stitch. This stitch is part of my Marjorie Pocket Scarf crochet along. This stitch is fabulous, so much texture, so much variation in color. When you're doing this in the two colors, it really makes that diamond just pop out at you. So essentially this stitch is comprised of single crochets, double crochets, front post treble stitches, and front post treble 2 together. So that front post treble might be a new stitch for you. It's easier than it might sound. Essentially, it's just working a treble stitch around stitches from your previous row. So it's really a lot easier than you might think, and I'm going to walk you through it step by step. For today's tutorial, I am using two colors of Lion Brand's Basic Stitch Premium in cream and saffron. I'm also going to be using a clover size H or a 5.0 millimeter crochet hook. If you're interested in learning more about the Marjorie Pocket Scarf, you can find a link below in the description of this video to learn all about that gorgeous scarf and the crochet along details as well. Let's go ahead and get started. So for this stitch, you're going to be starting with the foundation chain worked in multiples of 4. So my foundation chain I'm going to start with is 40. 1, 2, 3. With 40 chains, I'm going to work one row of single crochet for row 1. So working in that second chain from the hook, a single crochet, and then single crochet in every chain to the end. After we've completed one row of single crochets, we're going to turn, and for row 2 work a row of double crochets. So we're going to start with a chain 3. I'm going to go ahead and work a standing double crochet. I like the look of it better than a chain 3 at the beginning of a row. If you want to learn a bit more about the standing double crochet, I do have a video tutorial for that. But you're just going to be chaining 3 and then working a double crochet in every stitch. So after working that row of double crochets, I'm going to be changing to color B before I finish that last double crochet because I'm going to be working my diamonds in a different color. So now I'm going to turn for row 3 and I'm going to be beginning my diamonds. Chain 1, single crochet in that same stitch, and now we're going to be working front post treble stitches, and we're going to be working those around the single crochet posts from row 1. So from 2 rows previous, I'm going to be working around these single crochet stitches, and I'm going to be working my first front post treble around the 4th single crochet. So I'm going to be skipping over the first 3. So there's 1, 2, and 3, and I'm going to be working my front post treble over this single crochet stitch. So yarn over twice to start your treble, insert your hook between the 2 single crochets, go around that single crochet post, and out the front on the other side. So you're working around that single crochet, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we're going to come back up to our current row, and the current row is this row here at the top, and I'm going to be skipping 1 stitch. So you can see here is my single crochet in this stitch. I'm going to skip the next stitch here, and I'm going to work 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm going to be working a front post treble two together. So it's essentially two incomplete front post treble stitches worked together. And I'm going to begin the first one by working over the same single crochet that I worked over before. So this same single crochet stitch that I worked over with this front post treble, I'm going to start by working around it with this next one. So yarning over twice, inserting my hook around that same single crochet that I just worked, yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through two, yarn over and pull through two. I don't want to finish this front post treble. I want to leave the two loops on the hook. So I'm going to come back down to this single crochet row from 2 rows previously, and I want to skip the next 3 single crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. I want to work my next front post treble around that next single crochet stitch. So yarn over twice, insert my hook between the 2 single crochets around that post, yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Come back up to your current row, skip 1 stitch, 1 single crochet in the next 3. So that stitch that you're skipping is taking into account the treble that you made. So it's taking the place, so you're skipping that stitch because you're making a treble stitch down below. And you're just going to be continuing those front posts 2 together to the end. So again, yarning over twice, inserting your hook around that same single crochet, yarning over and pulling up a loop, yarning over, pulling through 2, yarning over, pulling through 2, leaving 2 loops on your hook, yarning over twice, skip the next 3 single crochets from the 2 rows previously, so 1, 2, and 3, and work your next incomplete front post treble around the next single crochet stitch. Come back up, skip 1 stitch, 1 single crochet in the next, and just continue repeating that same pattern to the end. So I've gotten to the end of my row. I've worked my last front post treble 2 together. I skipped a stitch and worked 1 single crochet in the next 3. At this point, I will have 2 stitches left to work up here, and I will have 3 single crochets left at the end of the row from 2 rows previous. So you're going to be working 1 more front post treble around that last single crochet stitch that you just worked over, yarning over twice, inserting your hook, yarning over, pulling up a loop, yarning over, pulling through 2, yarning over, pulling through 2, yarning over, pulling through 2. So you're going to come back up to your current row, skip the next stitch, and work a single crochet in your last stitch. I'm not going to finish that last single crochet because I'm going to be changing colors. Turn, and we're going to work another row of double crochets. So chain 3, or in my case, I'm going to work a standing double crochet, and then double crochet in every stitch. I've worked a double crochet in every stitch. I'm going to change colors again to color B, turn, and we're going to chain 1 and single crochet in the first 3 stitches. Now we're going to be working front post treble 2 together over each one of these posts from that previous row where we worked the front post trebles to create that diamond shape. So we're going to yarn over twice, and we're going to insert our hook around that first front post treble post, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We're not going to finish. We're going to leave 2 loops on our hook, yarn over twice, insert our hook underneath those 2 posts, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 3. Come back to our current row, skip the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the next 3. Work another front post treble 2 together by yarning over twice. And now we're going to be working around this same post that we just worked over, yarning over, pulling up a loop, yarning over, pulling through 2, yarning over, pulling through 2, leaving 2 loops on our hook, yarning over twice, inserting our hook around that post, yarning over, pulling up a loop, yarning over, pulling through 2, yarning over, pulling through 2, yarning over, pulling through all 3. Coming back to our current row, skip the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the next 3. And you can see that is creating our diamond shape. So you're just going to continue working front post 2 together over these posts from that previous row. So I've worked my last front post treble 2 together. Coming back up to my current row, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the last 3 stitches. Change colors, turn, chain 3 or work your standing double crochet, and work another row of double crochet stitches. So 1 double crochet in every stitch. So I've completed my row of double crochets. I'm going to change colors again for row 7. Turn, chain 1, single crochet in that same stitch. And now I'm going to be working a front post treble over this post from the previous row, yarning over twice, inserting my hook, yarning over, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Come back to the current row, skip the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the next 3. And now I'm going to be working a front post treble 2 together over this same post that I just worked over and the next one. Come back to the current row, skip the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the next 3. Front post treble 2 together over the same post that I just worked and the next. Skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next 3, and just continue that on down your row. So when I get to the end of that row, I'm going to work one last front post treble over that post that I just worked over. Come back to the current row, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the last stitch. So you're just going to continue repeating rows 4 through 7 to the size desired in your pattern. So you can see I've done several rows and we've really built this diamond pattern by working around those front post treble stitches from our previous rows. This stitch would look fantastic in blankets, wearables, sweaters, scarves, hats, so many different applications for this gorgeously textured stitch. It looks great even in solid colors. You don't have to do the color changing like I've done. I just prefer, for my scarf, I use 2 colors, and I really like how it showcases that diamond pattern. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial today. Thank you so much for being with me. Remember to like, subscribe, and share, which really helps grow my channel. Thank you, everyone. I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.